Welcome, my beautiful souls. If you're entering a personal year two in 2026, well, this message is for you. This is your year of divine alignment, a softer, slower energy where the universe guides you through your intuition, through connections, and quiet breakthroughs. So let's see what the path looks like through the cards. And what I'm going to do is we're asking three questions. What this new cycle is going to look like for you, the self focus, breakthroughs. Number two, the theme of 2026 for you, and what you're leaving behind, and then the beginning. What is beginning for you in 2026? I have the High Priestess out because personal year two, you're represented by the High Priestess, your intuition. But I also brought the Fool out because this is a new path. So I figured let's bring out the Fool also. So let's go ahead and open up the reading. Bring the lid up a little bit more. And I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot and the Crystal Vision. So we'll pull one for each theme with one Crystal Vision. So let's just get them ready. And then the Crystal Vision, let's give them a quick shuffle. I do this for you. I like you to see the cards being shuffled. Give them a cut. All right, personal year two. This is also a great year for love. I just have to say, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you fall deeply in love this year. But let's see. Let's see what the cards say. So let's look at the overall theme for 2026. So these are the messages represented by the core energy of your 2026. Speaking of love, hello, lovers. Why am I not surprised? Love in a personal year two is so tender. It's soft. It's exactly what your spirit guide said before I did the cards. Soft. Now, the meaning of this card is a head over heart decision, but the chemistry is truly undeniable. Let's go right above it. Look at this. The world. You're falling in love. You're falling in love. And by the way, the world means something has come to completion. Well, we know 2025 is part of that completion. But this is about stepping into the new world, the new cycle, free and clear. Doesn't mean like I have everything together. It's not even asking for that. It's more like on an energetic level. Just being open is really all you need to do. But listen, I can't help it. I already know some of you are going to fall in love. I knew it before I even started. So, what a beautiful representation of the world with the lovers, because the world is also really about your spirituality. And this is when you really are walking a spiritual path. And that means whoever you're falling in love with in this energy, they also are walking this spiritual path. It doesn't mean that we talk like spiritual lingo all the time, but they get it and you get it. I feel like two people have had a spiritual awakening, and maybe that's already happened in 2025. And by the way, I love that the lovers is a 6 because that does represent 2026. So, love, chemistry, head over heart decision. But I feel like it's going to be very clear. And one other little message is if I have allowed what I know needed to come to completion to complete, then I feel like your heart is going to be singing in 2026. Truly. Like I see you singing and dancing, and I don't care if you know how to sing or you know how to dance. I see you. I see you doing it. Some of you may have just gotten up and started to dance. Interesting. Okay, I accept that. So, what are you leaving behind? Hierophant. Could be Taurus. By the way, the Lovers is a card of Gemini, though I am not reading signs. You certainly can, but I'm not. And it's interesting because a 5 and a 6 is an 11. Some of you, this could be twin flame. And I feel it both ways. Like if I'm in a twin flame relationship, but let's say there's separation and the other one's just not playing along, then I feel like you're letting it go. And I just want you to know it's safe to do that. Like some people feel like, oh, I'm in a twin flame or I'm in a soulmate connection. I have to make it work. Listen, you do your part, and if they're not doing their part, get on to living your life. Now, this is a 5, so it makes sense that, there's something you're leaving behind. So, what I would ask you to ask yourself is it feels to me like you may be leaving someone behind or people behind where your morals just don't match anymore. A personal year 2 or even a life path 2 is, they want to be tender. They want life to be soft. Doesn't mean they don't want adventure. Of course they want adventure. But they don't want the friction. So I feel like what you are, and then look at this, a 5, 2025, 2026. I feel like you're following your faith. You're following your guidance. And those who don't want to follow along are probably naturally meant to fade away now. And the ticket is to let it fade away. I feel like some of you have had a spiritual awakening in 2025 and you just know it. Like you know the difference. You know the difference within the vibration. No wonder you got the world because again, very spiritual energy. Look at this, the Fool. Perfect. Coming above a 5. And I did personal year 1, but I forgot to bring the Fool out. But I didn't forget in yours. And here it is. Free and clear. Ready to take a leap of faith. And how interesting it's coming above a card that speaks about your faith. She's looking right back at the world like I am ready. And the Fool is ready. So whatever has come to completion within the world's energy, I feel like what it really did was free you. Free you for what? Well, I feel like love, but not just love. Well, let me restate that. I feel like this is a high vibrational love. It is. And I get this feeling that nothing less will do. I get this feeling that you're done dealing with those who just keep putting issues in front of you. I want to be free. I want my energy to be free to explore, to take these leaps of faith. It's telling you, have faith, take that leap. The wisdom, right? The wisdom of your experiences. But part of that is knowing when something has come to completion. Because look what's opening up. So, what is beginning for you in 2026? Movement, choices, and decisions. So you're making some decisions. Which direction you want to go? Look at this. Wow. The Ace of Wands. Passion ignited. You know what? This is beautiful because you are following your intuition. And that is exactly what this year is calling for. Even the 2 right here, right? Personal year 2. Look how everything is being represented 2026, 2025, and you in the 2 making a choice, making a move, but you're inspired to. So it's like the inspiration hit you. Don't be afraid to take that leap. I'm telling you, do not be afraid to take a leap of faith in 2026. And these movements, choices, or decisions, some of them may have already been made. And that may be exactly why the world is in the first position. Something may have already come to completion. But I feel like you said enough is enough to something or someone or a lot of things. And now you being in the fool's energy, carrying the energy of the high priestess, your intuition, and how the Ace of Wands is going to ignite that intuition to mirroring the lovers. 2 lovers. Personal year 2. The Fool. The Ace of Wands. You know, you are not alone. Your spirit guides are here every step of the way. Every choice you make, every decision, they will be here. They will be with you. Take that leap. You know, I often feel that if I take a leap and for whatever reason I fall, I feel like my angels would be there to catch me. When I say me, I'm just you. I can't help but notice these wedding rings, like kind of sticking out of the wall. And it could represent what was, but I have a feeling you're making a decision about a commitment. Could be with Taurus, could be a Gemini, but, you know, I just don't read that way. But I certainly, want you to use your own intuition. Personal year 2, I would say get ready for the year of your life. Get ready for engagements, for marriages. And this is not the only thing this year is about. It's not all about love. It's about your inspiration. It's asking you to follow your inspiration with no excuses. Just do it. You're ready. You're ready. Well, I would say it's pretty good to be in a personal year 2 this year. And I want to remind you that 2026 is the year of the magician, the manifester. And you are in the perfect energy for that. The Fool, bring it on. The World, I got my spirituality intact. The Lovers, well, who are you? But I feel drawn to you. The wisdom of your experiences and the willingness to take, these changes or movements. I feel like you're going to be guided. It's almost like, you probably heard me say this a million times, but like, you're driving to work and you always stop at Dunkin' Donuts to get your coffee, but there's a Starbucks across the street, and something that day makes you or tells you, go to Starbucks. Maybe there's a long line at Dunkin' Donuts. So you do, and lo and behold, you meet someone. Maybe you're standing in line and a conversation strikes up, but the chemistry, like, I don't even feel like a conversation has to strike up. I feel like the energy. It's almost like you're behind, like you're behind them in line. And it's like their energy is just radiating to you, but it's also happening to them. Interesting. So this makes me feel like the way it's going to happen is unexpected, but that's usually the way love happens. Um, I feel like if I can just, the more that I'm in the Fool's energy and understanding, I do have the wisdom of my experiences, and that's really all I need. That and my intuition, which is illuminated this year. And then the Ace of Wands is that representation. I don't feel like the Ace of Wands is a one-time thing. I feel like you think about something, or you may have these epiphanies that may take you in brand new directions. The Fool, I am ready for the adventure, whatever it may be. Wow. How about beautiful love, which truly makes sense in a personal year too. And everything is represented here. Again, both the years, your personal year, and the inspiration that the high priestess gives you. Remember, you are the high priestess for 2026. And what that means is your intuition is leading you this year. You want to trust it. And the Fool is also great representation of that, right? I'm not allowing myself to be weighed down with worries or things that I cannot control. I'm letting it go. I'm looking forward. I'm getting excited. And I'm just going to let life happen to me. But as these opportunities show, I'm going to take a step into it. You can always take a step back. But truly, honestly, your higher self is guiding you throughout this year. This year, which makes sense in a personal year too. Again, some of you, I feel like by the end of the year, you may be getting married. You may be getting engaged and then married. Well, it's usually the way it goes. But powerful energy. Boy, I'm glad. I was just going to do these as podcast, and something said, no, do videos first and then do the pod. So I will do podcasts where I literally break down everything a personal year two means, especially going into a 2026. But I just felt like this was the way to start. So get excited, guys. Trust your intuition. Interesting, I brought the Fool out, and you have the Fool that is following a 5. Change. So I feel like that's the main thing. Just be willing to take these leaps as you are inspired. It's not scary, because I really feel that you will be inspired. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll know that you're being guided. Let's put it that way. And of course, you have free will. You can say no. But I don't know how you're going to say no here. And I don't even know why you'd want to. And if you do want to, it could be because something hasn't been cleared. But anyways, of course, that's your personal choice. So we're going to let that be. Get excited, personal year two. Get excited. Whatever may happen, You are being guided. You're being asked to take these leaps of faith. That means that things are going to open up for you. And how beautiful that the world, the spiritual, the most spiritual time. And she's in this beautiful yoga pose, beautiful butterflies, like, everything just feels right with the world. I feel like some of you are really going to welcome that. Okay, I'm going to let that be. I love you guys. I thank you. I'll see you in the next reading or the next podcast. Bye bye.